All right, well, good evening, everybody. It's been awesome to be here at ILHA. Just been a great couple days of content, and just honored that Cvent can be a part of it. Looking forward to a partnership for years to come. Today, I'm going to talk about unlocking the power of Cvent's ecosystems and strategies for engaging the modern day meeting planner. So, for those of you who are not familiar with Cvent, we're the industry leader in meetings and events, and we help streamline the event registration process for planners and their attendees to have a great experience when they have their conferences and events. We're also the industry leader in electronic RFPs, sourcing to hotels globally. My name is Chris Flowers, if you don't know me. I've been with Cvent for 13 years, and I primarily worked with independent resorts and luxury hotel chains, and my goal is to help them optimize their Cvent profile, see a return on investment, and be more efficient with their software solutions. So today, obviously, on the agenda, we're going to talk about Cvent Meeting Planner customers. Obviously, many of you might be familiar with Cvent because you get RFPs through our Cvent account, but we're actually a meeting planner-centric company. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the logos that we have, the companies that we have with Cvent that helps bring you more business, connecting planners and hotels. I'm going to talk about the meeting source to luxury hotels and resorts, and then just tips for hotels in general to attract and convert more group business opportunities. So first, we're going to start with our Cvent Planner customers. We have over 11,000 logos, and Cvent's been around for about 25 years, and the bread and butter of our company, about 85% of the revenue that Cvent generates is from selling software to meeting planners. So we have over 4,700 corporations that are Cvent customers, over 4,400 association and nonprofits, and then over 1,500 third-party planners that are Cvent customers and sourcing through Cvent. So I'm going to start with some of the corporations, and a lot of hotels are kind of surprised to see some of the big logos that are Cvent customers today. But we do have 37% of the Fortune 1000 companies that are Cvent customers, 53% of the Fortune 500, and 84% of the Fortune 100 companies are currently Cvent customers utilizing some type of software with us and or sourcing RFPs through Cvent. And just kind of dig a little bit deeper, we have 7 of the top 10 financial companies that are customers, so obviously familiar names here that you might be aware of. And then 22 of the top 25 pharmaceutical companies are Cvent customers as well. We've seen tremendous growth here since we merged with Starsight about 7 or 8 years ago. And so that's obviously been big for sourcing and for obviously the software sales that we have here at Cvent. Every year, CMI ranks the top 25 meetings and incentives companies. And I think just last year we had 22 of those companies. And now, as of 2024, we have all 25 of those meetings and incentive companies using Cvent in sourcing. So these will be your Marriott Travels, your American Express meetings and events, your Conference Directs that are using Cvent primarily just to source. And they represent big companies. So this is just one example of one of those third-party planners, who they represent. So they send a lot of RFPs. These companies might not necessarily send it directly through Cvent, but this company is sending it on their behalf. So just great opportunities for hotels to get more group business opportunities and convert that group. I say this all because obviously we're a meeting planner-centric company, but there's just great opportunities because of the companies that buy our software. We get them to source RFPs through our channel to hotels. So we have 126,000 active event planners that have sourced $16 billion worth of business in 2023 alone. So think of Cvent as a Travelocity for meeting planners, except that we don't charge commission. It's free for the planner to use it. It's free for the hotels to be listed. We list every single hotel globally, and planners use our website as a directory to find the best venue for their meeting and event. So we recently partnered with North Star Travel on a survey, and what we found is, based on the question, as you spend more time using technology to source hotels and venues in this past year, what were you spending the most time doing? And 49% said that they were spending more time reviewing event space and diagrams. 35% of them said they're looking at videos and photos. So whether that's on Cvent or another website, they're spending a lot of time online searching different venues, reviewing meeting space, so that they can make informed decisions for their stakeholders internally and find the best hotel for their meeting and event. And that's reflective in our data. So, in 2023 alone, we saw over 16,000 unique planners send an RFP for the first time. So more and more planners are going online, they're going to websites, and they're sending RFPs, and Cvent's seeing a lot of those come through us. There's over 8,000 searches on the Cvent supplier network every single day. So planners, whether they're doing research, they're looking to source different destinations or resorts, they're going on, they're doing a lot of searches on our network every day. And that's resulted in over 4,500 RFPs that are sourced through Cvent every single day to hotels and resorts. So when we look specifically, obviously to the audience that's here, luxury hotels and resorts, I look at this data a lot, and it's to no surprise of many, I'm sure, it's primarily corporate. We see a lot of corporate meetings, incentive groups, C-level executive retreats, and we do see associations sourced to luxury hotels and resorts as well. And so every year we rank our top meetings destinations. And these are usually they parallel with what you see in general. Like, these are Orlando, Vegas, Nashville. These aren't surprising, but these rank in our top 3 as far as meetings destinations. And then we've seen a lot more adoption internationally as well. A lot more hotels, getting RFPs from planners because more planners are sourcing internationally from the United States, and we're also getting more international planners to source to these hotels. So London, see a lot of Spain destinations on here. And then in APAC, Singapore, Thailand, Australia. And if you look at Middle East and Africa, Dubai, Turkey. So these were all, the top destinations based on data. So we look at the RFPs, conversion, bookings, all of that, and these are the ones that we come up with as far as how we rank our top destinations. After COVID, we saw a big spike, surge in incentive RFPs. We've always seen incentive RFPs come through Cvent, but as the pandemic was happening, more companies were going remote, and more companies wanted to get their employees together in person to build morale and get more RFPs or get more incentive trips scheduled. So we've seen a pretty nice spike in incentive RFPs since COVID. And if you look at the top destinations just based on RFP volume, wine country, Nashville, Hawaii, Santa Barbara's on here. And if you look at the Caribbean, Latin America region, Playa del Carmen, Bahamas, and then a lot of Portugal in Europe. So, just kind of give you a sense, it's parallel to like what the leisure traveler, they want those experiences at luxury hotels and resorts. And in these incentive groups, they want those experiences for their employees when they plan these. So these are the types of destinations that they're sourcing to. If I were to take, obviously, if anyone in this room were to go back and obviously look at where they stand in the search, I would just know where you are in the search. If Cvent's a free website, you can go to cvent.com anytime and type in your destination, your hotel name, and I would urge everybody to kind of know where they stand in the search results. If I'm looking for 5-star hotels in Las Vegas, where do I follow up in the search? So many hotels have never looked from the planner's perspective of where they are in the search results. And the reason that's important is because the data shows that 77% of the RFPs are going to hotels that are on page 1 of the search. So just like anyone that goes to Google, you're not going to page 2 of Google. If you're a leisure traveler, you're going to just retype your search. When you're looking at the Cvent meeting planner, the modern meeting planner, they are not going to page 2, and those RFPs are being sourced on page 1. We've got 25 hotels listed on every page, and even if you're on page 1, you can see that the data shows that the top listing gets a significant amount more than the number 2 listing on Cvent based on the RFP received data. So the higher you are on page 1, the more opportunities that you're going to get visibility from the meeting planner and get an RFP from them and hopefully book that business. And I'd say beyond knowing where you are in the search results, I would take the time, to audit and look, what does your Cvent profile look like? It is obviously your first impression to a meeting planner, especially being a luxury hotel and resort. Just like your website, if hotels spend a lot of money on Google pay-per-click to drive more traffic to their website. You want to make sure your website has the most updated photos, images, videos, things like that. It's the same thing with your Cvent profile. If a meeting planner is looking for a bucket list resort or destination to have their group, you want to make sure if they see your profile that you have the most up-to-date photos, videos. Show those experiences, show those activities that are unique to your property or destination through photos and video. Have it a targeted message to the type of planner that you're trying to attract, and then make it easy for planners to visualize the meeting space. And I say that because planners more than ever, based on the survey results, they say during the sourcing process, when they're looking at content and what influences their decisions to submit RFPs to a specific hotel, they are looking at meeting room specifications. They're looking at images and video. They're looking at floor plans and diagrams. That's a huge thing before they even visit the hotel. So there's no replacing a site visit and visiting the hotel in person, but before they even get to that point, planners are going to want to see what those layouts look like. They want to actually experience what it's like for their group to attend that meeting, what that meeting space looks like. Where's the food going to be set up? Where would the speakers be, talking? Where are the air walls potentially? This is almost like a necessary thing for whether it's through Cvent or another company to have these types of virtual tours for planners to understand what their meeting is going to look like. And you might also have, a lot of resorts have unique outdoor meeting space. And it's one thing to tell your planners, hey, we have outdoor space, these are the dimensions, we can accommodate your group outside. But can you show them what it looks like in the daytime, nighttime, and then just kind of show them what makes your resort unique. And by doing virtual tours, and diagramming in a realistic fashion, it really gives you an opportunity for your luxury hotel and resort to get that first impression out there. And we have data that shows that hotels that have this type of technology get more RFP opportunities. So obviously it's hard enough to get the RFP opportunities, but once you get that opportunity, it's you got to convert the group business, and that's another challenge in itself. And so what I want to share today is some data that we've pulled on who is winning the business. And to no surprise, 61% of the RFPs are awarded to the top 3 responders. So the average RFP globally has about 9 hotels on an RFP. Maybe 3 or 4 turn it down because they can't accommodate it. So there's typically about 4 or 5 hotels bidding on a specific piece of business. So, responding quickly, and I think more importantly, responding on time by the deadline of the planner increases your chances of conversion. Just some stats that I want to showcase here. 84% of RFPs are responded to, and 47% of those RFPs in general are responded within 24 hours. So just a lot of opportunity if hotels will go back to their sales team to make sure that you're measuring your response time, focusing on that. That's just an opportunity on the RFPs that you're currently getting that you could potentially win one more piece of business just by responding more quickly. Then obviously just, beyond responding quickly, you want to make sure you're responding thoroughly. Especially being a luxury hotel, you have so much to offer, you have so much imagery and photos that you can showcase in your proposals. You want to make sure that you're completing the proposal the way the planner asked it, but also making sure that you're giving that first impression of what your hotel has to offer from the experiences that you have at your property. And then, once you win that piece of business, again, the next challenge is how do you get that to be repeat business? How do you make that experience great for the planner and for the planner attendees? And so, having rooming list efficiencies, that's vital for the meeting planner. They have to update rooming lists all the time. So having an efficient process there. Maybe you have make-own reservations where, it gives your hotel an opportunity to boost your ADR. You have so many room upgrade options at luxury hotels. Why not give the attendees an option to upgrade very easily in an automated fashion? Maybe you want to have early check-in, late checkout. These are things, you want to golf, use the spa. These are things that help increase RevPAR and drive more revenue. Once you've already converted that piece of business, you can make that business even bigger just by being efficient on the process of the bookings. And if there's anything that you're going to take away from today's presentation is leverage the data that Cvent has. We've become, I think, more of a data company, and we have every single RFP that's ever been sourced through our network, the name of the planner, their information, where they're from, and that's all in our database, and we can slice and dice it a million different ways. Many hotels have the same data in their Cvent account, and it's just an opportunity to leverage and prospect your current database of planners, measuring your response rate and times, and making sure that you're keeping track of that process to increase conversion. You know, run your RFPs won and lost report. You can run a report that shows the hotels in your comp set that you're losing business to. So, you know, run those reports, understand your business, and then even look ahead, you know, what's the ADR looking like for Q2 of 2025 versus your comp set? Are you bidding too high? Is it too low? These are the types of decisions that you can use for not just Cvent, but your overall group business, and make sure that you're, you know, maximizing your opportunities. So as I wrap up today, some key takeaways. You know, be visible to the corporate planners. There are a lot of corporate planners that I mentioned earlier that we bring for you to get visibility in front of, and they're looking for luxury hotels and resorts. Make it easy for these planners to see your meeting space, the awesome experiences that you have at your unique resort, and the amenities that you offer. Once you get that RFP, respond quickly and thoroughly. And then lastly, measure and manage your group business using the data that's at your fingertips. If that's the biggest takeaway I have is leverage the data, make better business decisions, and drive more revenue to your hotel. So I want to thank you for listening today, and I want to thank you know, everybody for coming out. Thank you.